Hi, welcome into my studio. My name is Jason Morgan. I'm an artist, and one of the members on my Patreon channel asked about putting colours in darks, in particular in blacks, how to find the colours, because they've seen other artists, they've used perhaps a green or blue or red in with their blacks to try and enliven the colour and you know, give it a bit more punch, but as I said, to liven that colour up quite a bit. Now the problem is, in my experience, you can't just go putting in any particular colour, especially when you're doing realistic animals and other subjects. So what I've done over the years is use a very simple Photoshop or any image editing type of technique just to show me where those little subtle colours are. Then it's up to me to put in as much of those as I want. So let's have a look at this gorilla photograph I took a few months ago. So okay, the fur generally is grey or black, the face is a grey colour, but if you start just using your black pencil and one or two greys, you're going to miss out on lots of other colours. So all I do is just go image, adjustments, and then hue and saturation. Simple as that. Up comes the box, and then just on the saturation one in the middle here, I just grab it and increase it. Now if I go and increase it very slowly, you can start to see obviously the reds of the eyes, the lips starting to look more pronounced, but notice also that there's blue and purples coming in the nose area, the fleshy areas on the gorilla's back, and the warmth of the fur on top of the head is starting to become more pronounced. Now if I just keep increasing it and increasing it, you can see those colours much more vividly, and that's it all the way up. So obviously the computer is seeing the colours in those pixels and really super saturating them. Now I'm not telling you to go and do that and then paint it like this or draw it like this. That's totally up to you. If you want something very colourful, fair enough. But what I'm saying is this shows me the blue on the back, which makes sense because above the gorilla on this day was a very clear blue sky. So I'd expect those colours to start to be in those areas, and also sometimes in the shadow areas too. So if I take the saturation back down, that's the image we started with. So you can see how subdued that is. So perhaps if on our drawing, our artwork, rather than just the reds, obviously because they're so vibrant in this image, they're going to look a bit more unrealistic. But if you just look at the fur, and perhaps if we did it around that level, and the blues on the skin as well starts to look more vibrant, a little bit more artistic, but also more punchy, which is what I think my member wanted in her work. So let me take another image. Let's have a look at this baby zebra with the mother behind. So we can see some of the colours. We've got that rich tone on the back. You see with the stripes, we think they're just pure black on a zebra. On the young foals, they generally brown in areas and very warm when the sun catches them. So let's do exactly the same thing. Image, adjust, and then you just keep coming down to hue and saturation. Let's move it to the side a bit, and I'll just increase the saturation a bit again. So you can see it's getting much more punchy. If I take it right up there, you can see we can now see more clearly the orange, the warm browns in these stripes, the little stripes in between, and the blues that are there in the whites. Now I'd expect that if we think of it logically, other than the highlight right on top of the mane, the skin is all in shadow, so we get lots of bounce light. We get in that shadow the light from the blue, vibrant blue sky again, which is actually being seen in those. So you know, if I take it all the way up, we see it even more. Okay, so obviously that's super saturated, but when we take it back down, we can start to think, okay, what is this color in here? And we know if we increase it up, we should be looking towards perhaps our blue pencils or paints. And you can, as I said, you can do this very subtly, but at least it's showing you what colors are actually in there. So it may only be a tiny bit of that color. So if I take it back down, perhaps you would have guessed that this stripe on the head of the zebra, the baby zebra, was pure black, but we now know from increasing it there's browns in there. So when we take it back down, we can start to see those browns in there. I can start to see the blues in the white, even if they're very, very subtle. So let's take a look at one last example, a zebra again. I wanted to show you because on zebras and white subjects it shows up very well. So I just saturate it again. So you can see we've basically got black, white on the zebra. If I increase the saturation right up, look at the belly of the zebra. You can start to see lots of yellows and greens in this bottom section. We'd expect that now, wouldn't we? Because it's very hot, sunny day again. It's on grass, and the grass, the light of the grass is bouncing up under the belly of the zebra. But when I take the saturation back down, you may find it very difficult to notice that. But it's these little touches that I put in my work, and lots of professionals. Once you're a professional and you've been doing it for years, you get to see these subtle colour differences, whereas beginners and novices may really struggle. It's something you learn through experience to see these subtle colours, and this technique shows you where to look. So, you know, in the shadows I'd expect the blues to be in here. Once again, it's coming from the sky and it's bouncing in there, so you get to see that. And obviously some people really like to push this to the maximum and actually paint it or draw it like this as well, where they've really emphasized those colors. So hope that's going to help you. It's a tip I wanted to share with my Patreon followers. Perhaps it'll help you in making selections of colors, whether you're doing pastels, oils, or something else in the future. See you all again real soon. If you're looking for even more great art sources, I've really got you covered. First off, I've got a Patreon channel. It's been going well over a year or so, packed with around about 50 or more videos and new ones every month. Lots of the videos are many hours long, so you can see they're really, really in-depth. Subjects such as turtles, birds, elephants, big cats, you name it, is on there. So that's my Patreon channel. And also on that Patreon channel, before I go on to something else, I've got a secret Facebook group. So only the members are actually on there. It's the most supportive and friendly Facebook group that I've ever seen. I know I'm biased, but it really is. We've got 400 or 500 members on there, and they all help each other. So that's a great added bonus. That comes free with it. Also, you get line art every month as well. And we've just designed a brand new companion website for it. So if you've joined other Patrons and channels and you found it very, very difficult to navigate around, we got this free website that comes with it. All the videos are now just a single click away. Couldn't be any easier than it is. I've also got my site, jasonmorgan.co.uk. Lots of tutorial videos, DVD discs and downloads on there. And if you're struggling for reference photos for your art projects, I've got some of those too. I've got 900 plus on my website, wildlifeart-online.com, and they will be copyright free for you, so you can paint and draw from them and sell your work with no copyright worries whatsoever. So hope you like those extra resources, and I'll see you all again real soon.